Hello viewers, it's Evans Racing here and welcome back to round 10 of our F1 2022 mod career as Kevin Magnussen in the Formula 1 Haas car. So today we will be going around the circuit of the Red Bull Ring circuit, which is actually owned by the Red Bull kind of. So yeah, this is Red Bull's home track, so hopefully we can do our best and hopefully we can beat our teammate. So without anything else to do, let's jump straight into qualifying. So now we jump to our out lap now, coming on to our first flying lap, which will be our bank lap. And as you can see, it is raining, and it is not raining enough to be on the full wets, but we are going to be on the inters. So we speed things up because it's our first one, and we need to get used to the track conditions for today's qualifying session. So now we come up to this third straight now. Now coming out, it's a long left-hander. Now onto straight, now into his little chicane bit, left, right, and then into his double right-hander. Now into the last corner now, flat out, and we go across the line for 1 minute 15.1, which puts us in P5 at the moment. But now we switch over to our second qualifying lap, and we are currently in P15. So can we make any improvements in the wet? We go into the first corner now. We do cut the corner a little bit, but we do gain quite a lot of time now. We gain almost 4 tenths. In fact, we actually do gain 4 tenths. And now we're on to the straight now, coming up to the third corner technically, into the sort of hairpin corner. We go over the sausage curb a little bit too much. We lose the rear end there, but we manage to keep it under control. We're still gaining. We're still 4 tenths up on our previous lap. Now we come through turn 4 now, I believe this is. Using all the curb on the inside, you don't want to use the outside because it's, and as you can see, we lose the rear end there again. Because we're just trying to find as much grip as we can on these inters. Now we come into turn 6, now into turn 7. Using all the curb as we possibly can. And we are up by 8 tenths now. Now coming up into the double right-hander, using a little bit on the curb, on the outside, on the inside, then cutting the curb as much as you can without getting a warning. And we're up by 1.1 seconds, and we go across the line for 1 minute 13.2, I believe that was. So this is today's starting grid for today's race. So we've got Carlos Sainz, who got pole yesterday, so he'll be starting first alongside Max Verstappen. Then we've got Perez, Hamilton, Leclerc, Gasly, Bottas, Russell, our teammate Schumacher, Lando Norris, Ricciardo, Zhou Guanyu, ourselves, Kevin Magnussen in P13, alongside Ocon, Alonso, Vettel, Stroll, Tsunoda, and on the last 2 places we've got both Williams of Nicholas Latifi and Alex Albon. So this is our strategy for today. We will be pitting around lap 8, but however we could be changing that throughout the race because of the weather or some other outcome. And now we go to the 5 red lights, and off we go for the Austrian Grand Prix. It's a great start by the Red Bulls there, slow start by Carlos Sainz, but we get off to a good start as well. We go around the outside of the McLaren driver. Can we go around the outside of both of the other McLaren drivers as well? Not quite, so we have to stay behind Zhou Guanyu. We go 3 wide now. It's the first time, so does the front 3. But we make a dive bomb into turn 3. We go down the inside of Zhou Guanyu. We still haven't made the overtake, but we just slot in behind him now to switch to our onboard. And can we make a move into turn 4 now? Braking late as possible. We go down the inside of him, right behind George Russell, and we use George Russell and we go up into P9 now, using a bit of ERS to stay with George Russell in front of us. Now into a long left-hander, using a little bit of the curb on the inside and on the outside. And now we're going to just slot in behind and sort of calm down with the attack. But however, there's 3 cars that come into the pit lane. That's Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc, who all come into the pit lane, so they must have damage. So I don't know what's happened there, but that's 3 positions we just gained just like that. And now we're going alongside George Russell. We can go around the outside the long way, and yes we can. Now we're up into P5 now, and now we're using the ERS. And can we make a move on Bottas for P4 now? And it's only on the 2nd lap. We have to go around the long way again, around the outside, using a bit of the cover on the outside, and we're up into P4 now already. It's only lap 2, and we've already gained like lots of positions already. And now can we make a move on Pierre Gasly? Not quite, so we have to slot in behind, and we're going to wait patiently for the right moment to overtake. Now we come on later on into the lap, coming out through the last corner, using still within DRS. And can we make a move now with ERS being deployed? Can we go around the outside, or no we don't? We wait patiently, go for the curve there. And can we make a move on him this time? We go around the outside now, we got DRS open as well. We make a move, we brake very late, but we go wide so we don't make any contact. However, we get so much more traction and a better exit, and we are now alongside Pierre Gasly for 3rd place. We're now fighting for podiums now, as we go down the inside using a little bit of the curb, and we have to wait for the next opening. Now into the long left-hander, using a little bit on the curb on the outside, using 4th gear around here, now into 5th, into 6th, a little bit on the curb on the outside here. And can we make a move into this corner now? Not quite. We're gonna wait for the right moment. Which can we make a move onto this straight now, with ERS being deployed and DRS being opened. As now we switch over to Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champion, and it seems like he's going quite slow now. And that's Hamilton. He has got an engine failure, and that is Lewis Hamilton out of the Austrian Grand Prix. So now we are up into the podium position now, and we're now into 3rd place. And can we make a move into 2nd place now? We go around the outside. We've got DRS being open. We've got ERS being deployed as well. We're up into P2. Can we even get the race win now? We're only 3.7 seconds away from being a race winner, as we go we get quite loose on the exit there. Now we go, come on later on into the race now. We go up into, we're now on lap 9 now. And as you can see, we just can't gain any time on Charles Leclerc. The gap is now 7.4 seconds. But we are keeping Pierre Gasly at bay behind us. But however, we go quite wide here. We go on the cross and that, and Pierre Gasly overtakes us. And now we have to try and get that position back. So now we're gone down into P3 now. However, Pierre Gasly comes into pit lane. We almost make contact with him as he comes into the pit lane, but we go back up into P2 now. And now can George Russell make a move on Valtteri Bottas? Not quite. And Charles Leclerc comes into the pit lane now, which means we are leading the Austrian Grand Prix in a Haas car. Would you believe this? We're now leading a race. And now Bottas is trying to make a move on us. He goes down the inside, but we get a better exit and we keep 1st place for now. So we keep 1st place on lap 10, keeping Bottas behind us and George Russell behind us. And now we switch to our onboard now, where we are coming through the long left-hander. Now coming up to the left-right. Now going on to this little straight here. Now coming up And now we're going to be pitting this lap. So we come into the pit lane now, as we go quite wide there, but we take it. And then we brake so we don't speed, and that's us. But as virtual safety cars come out, so we are pitted at the most perfect time, and here is why. And as you can see, George Russell has to make a move on Valtteri Bottas, but Bottas comes into pit lane and George Russell doesn't know that. And they make contact, and George Russell has got no front wing, and he has to do one whole lap without any front wing, so he will be quite slow, and that is why the virtual safety car is out, which has worked perfectly for us, because it means that we won't have to lose about 30 seconds in the pit lane. It goes down to about 20 seconds in the pit lane now. And now we come out in P6 now, behind Sergio Perez in Red Bull. And as you can see, Alex Albon is in P4 in the Williams. P4. So now we are stuck behind Sergio Perez. We can't make a move because we got the safety car, virtual safety car, which has been out. So George Russell has to make a whole lap without a front wing. So very unlucky from George Russell's point of view, but very good for us because it means another person who can't fight for us for a podium position now. So now can we put our head down and make a move on Sergio Perez and the other cars in front? And as you can see, we're right behind his gearbox now. Can we make a move into this corner already? Because we've had the perfect restart, and the two Williams drivers come into the pit lane now, and we go running outside of Sergio Perez, now wheel to wheel now into the last corner. We just have to cut back, and we do the switchback move, and we go up into P3 now. In fact, we go up into P2 now because some drivers come into the pit lane now, and Sergio Perez is now fighting with Valtteri Bottas, the side by side, and it's Perez who comes out on top. And now Lando Norris is fighting with his former teammate Carlos Sainz, and so does Gasly and Zhou Guanyu, who will come out on top. Lando Norris goes running outside of Carlos Sainz, and will he get the better traction, and he gets the DRS, but so does Carlos Sainz, and Carlos Sainz has the Ferrari power engine, and he goes up into P5 now, and Lando Norris in P6. And it's Pierre Gasly who goes down the inside of Zhou Guanyu and goes up into P6 now, and Guanyu Zhou into P7. And now we switch to our onboard now, where we are trying to gain as much time as we can on Leclerc. However, we are 9.3 seconds behind him on lap 12. So I don't think we're going to be fighting for a race win, as he sets the fastest lap right there. So I doubt we're going to get a race win, but hopefully we can still get a podium, our first podium of the 2022 season. We come into the first corner now, almost cut the corner, but we decided not to. Sergio Perez is only 3/10 behind us. And now we switch. Now we look behind us now, where Valtteri Bottas has just been overtaken by Carlos Sainz. And now they go wheel to wheel now, and so does Lando Norris tries to go there, and Pierre Gasly tries to, and they go 3 wide now. Pierre Gasly goes down the inside, Lando Norris running the outside, and Bottas being sandwiched in between them, and it's Lando Norris who comes out on top and goes up into P6. And now the Alpine driver and our teammate tries to make a move on the Alpine driver, Fernando Alonso. He goes down the inside now. Will he have DRS? None of them have DRS. So now it's just a drag race. Renault versus Ferrari. We go down the our teammate goes down the inside of the experienced driver, and that's our teammate up into P9 now. And now he leaves himself on the balls, and now his teammate Ocon is trying to make a move, and he makes the move, and he gets the job done, and goes and overtakes his teammate. And now some more fighting in the midfield now, as there's another double fight here now, where Pierre Gasly is trying to make a move on Zhou Guanyu now for 6th place, and Schumacher and Bottas fighting, and our teammate goes up into P8 now. However, Pierre Gasly goes up into stays in P6 now, and defends of Zhou Guanyu. And now we switch to our onboard now on lap 15 now, where we are now 12.2 seconds behind Charles Leclerc, who has got the fastest lap. And we've got Sergio Perez, who is 8 tenths behind us. we're using some ERS to try and break out of the DRS range of Sergio Perez. And now we switch over to lap 17 now. Lap 18 now. We come into the first corner now, going over the sausage curb there on the exit as well. And now can Sergio Perez make a move on us? He goes around the outside now. He's got DRS opened, and we get overtaken. So we go down to P3 now. But we wait patiently, and we get a better exit now, and we get DRS now as well. Using all the slipstream as we can, we go down the inside into turn 4, and we push him out wide, and we go back up into P2 now for second place. And now we switch over to Carlos Sainz and Norris, who are fighting once again, and who will come out on top this time. Carlos Sainz goes down the inside, Lando Norris around the outside, and he will get a better traction out the exit. And it looks like Lando Norris gets a much more better exit, and that's Lando Norris up into P4 now. So some good fighting and wheel-to-wheel fighting between them. And now we switch over to Charles Leclerc now, who is on the last corner, and he comes across the line for first place, and it's Charles Leclerc who wins the Austrian Grand Prix. And now 15 seconds behind him. We've got ourselves now. We've got one more corner to go. We go through the last corner now. We've got Sergio Perez, who are like 4 tenths behind us. And we go across the line, and we've got second place. We're on the podium for the first time this season. And we've got Sergio Perez, who's on the podium as well, who gets third place. But it's ourselves who gets driver of the day, and we also get second place for today's race. So it's a very good race from us.
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
So it's Charles Leclerc who wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Ourselves, Kevin Magnussen in the Formula 1 Haas car, comes second. We've come second, and it's the Red Bull of Sergio Perez who comes into third place, which sees our podium finishers as we shake that champagne across the other podium finishers. And now we look at the driver standings now. So it's Verstappen who stays in first place, even though he had a poor race today as he had to pit on lap 1 for a new front wing, and he got held up by his teammate. But he is still in front by 38 points, with Carlos Sainz in second place with 170 points, which sees a gap of 38 points. And we also see Charles Leclerc, due to him winning the Austrian Grand Prix, he goes up into P3 now and overtakes Sergio Perez. We see ourselves P7 with 61 points and only 9 points behind George Russell in a Mercedes, and only a few points, like 22 points behind Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champion. Our teammate, however, is down in P11 with 20 points, but he is stuck in that midfield fight for P9, P8. And now we look at the constructor standings, where Red Bull continues to lead the constructor standings, with Ferrari in second place, but only 30 points behind the Red Bulls. Mercedes in third place. We got ourselves Haas, who are in fourth place with 81 points, and we see a move in the midfield where the AlphaTauris and the Alfa Romeos go up, overtake Alpine. But however, there's only like a 5-point gap between the midfields. So some really good fighting and some really good wheel-to-wheel racing today. So if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a like. Please do subscribe down below for more racing-based content. And I will see you in the next Grand Prix, which I believe is the Hungarian Grand Prix. So we'll be going around the Hungarian ring, where hopefully we can beat our teammate once again.